What's up? Instagram Live. Instagram Live. So sorry, YouTube fam. What's up, YouTube? All right, let's get set up here for a chat. Happy Friday, friends. I'm gonna wait for you guys to start populating the room. Have this whole no makeup vibe going on right now. And I think I've decided I'm officially growing out my bangs. I love them for about 5 minutes, but I just can't. So you will see me rocking hats and braids and things and doing what I can. So what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hello, hello. Hey, Sophia. If you are joining the broadcast, welcome. Hey, Kennedy, Jasmine. Give us a thumbs up. Got a cool topic for you guys today. I legit need I have a stand for this. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sincerely appreciate that. Hello, hello. There we go. That's going to have to do. All right. Devin, Miranda, Costa Rica. Hello. Hello, hello, friends. So, it's Christine with Gauge World Training, an online meal planning and coaching service. Hi, Lori. I'm a food scientist and chemical engineer by training. And what I've been doing here every weekday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Oh, that means a lot, Jaleesa. I jump on here. I do everything from nutrition science Q&As. Lately, I've been on this whole vibe of kind of like motivational speaking, and I'm just gonna kind of keep going with it today. And you gotta pardon, look at this. I got 2 different hair ties. Oh well, it's gonna have to work. So I've been really passionate about inspiring you. Happy lunch break, everyone. I've been really passionate about inspiring you guys, and today I wanted to talk about body image. Body image, and specifically body image issues. And part of me, I'm like moisturizing and things because it is freezing cold, trying to stay like, not have my skin crack on me. And let's talk about body image issues because I believe I am seeing now more than ever a lot of conflicting messages being sent to women out there in the media. Hey Jody, I'm seeing a lot of conflicting messages out there, and I wanted to talk about them specifically around body images. So the thing is, for a long time, it has been widely accepted for women to believe that their worth is in their physical appearance. And it's been reiterated again and again and again by our parents, our mothers, our families, society. Beauty and attractiveness is rewarded so much in our society and has been, like, depending on whatever the culture deems as attractive during that time. And for so long, our society and most cultures has a definition of beauty that they tell women is the standard, and that, all women will end up striving to adapt to that standard depending what time and culture and era you live in. And we live I grew up I was a teenager in the 90s, and during that time, like, skinny was in. Oh, damn, that's crazy. You used to get called sir all the time just because you're 6 feet tall. It's so mean. You have the worst body image. It doesn't matter what you weigh, even at your thinnest, you feel not good enough. Thanks to your grandmom, image is everything to her. The skinnier, the better. And I think that the older generation specifically has really subscribed to this model of your value as a woman is in your looks. Your value as a woman is in being physically attractive and looking a certain way. And unfortunately, our society also has a very similar mirror image message that we tell men. So not to be completely biased. Yes, we're talking about body image, but I want to talk about men for a brief moment, but I'm going to address most of this talk to women's body image issues. Our society also sends the message to men that their worth is solely in how much money they have, and solely in how much wealth they are able to accumulate, and solely in how successful they are. And both are very narrow views of how we look at people. So to only look at a woman for her physical beauty and attractiveness, and to only look at a man for his money and success and status, both have flaws. And that being said, things have been shifting, and there has been messaging being sent out to the there's been a slightly new message where we've been told to embrace our curves. We've been told to love ourselves as we are, to embrace imperfections, to be positive about our bodies. And I think that a lot of people have been just being sent all these conflicting messages. And now that it's more popular to embrace your curves, I think it's ultimately as a result of the fact that, there have been curvy women. Oop, it's lagging on your guys' end. Would you guys like me to restart the body positivity fad? See, the body positivity fad, I think, really stemmed from the popularity of celebrities like the Kardashians and like J-Lo, and because there have been curvy women all throughout history. There have always been women with curves, but now because specific people have curves, everybody wants to have curves because now curves are in. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, there have been big booties for a long time. There have been like that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, yes, it's apparently cool now to embrace your curves, and I think that as a woman, in this day and age, I can't even imagine what it must be like to be a young woman in this day and age with your body still growing. It's really hard to sort out how you feel about yourself when it's definitely better. It's still better. But the question is, how do you feel about you? And I'm challenging each and every, and I'm saying not the stuff you say out loud to sound cool, not the stuff that you hashtag. How do you truly feel about you? When do you feel your best about yourself? Do you feel and I think the answer is unfortunate, and I'm going to say this. I think people unfortunately feel the best about themselves when they get the most validation from others. Let me repeat that. I think women have a tendency to feel the best about themselves when they get the most validation from others. So, for instance, you may be perfectly healthy and strong and fit in the body that you're in right now, but you may not necessarily feel that way and feel good about yourself because it's not being reiterated by your mother or your grandmother or strangers on the internet or your significant other or attention of the opposite sex or the sex that you're attracted to. And why is it that we don't feel validated? And yes, applause is a very powerful drug. I absolutely agree with you on that, Janice. And how would you feel about your body image if it was just for you? Like, how do you need to look to feel good about just being you? Does that make sense, you guys? Because I feel like so many of us, even as adults, even as those who already have children, even those of you who may already have grandchildren, I see women of all ages still bringing this baggage, carrying this baggage with themselves, that they still are not good enough, And I want to remind you guys today that if you're carrying around loads and loads and loads of baggage with you everywhere you go throughout every single stage of your life, that mental trauma you are allowing yourself to continue to experience, that self-hate, that self-doubt, that is more toxic to your entire well-being than any amount of carbs, any amount of sugar, any amount of junk food. If you're carrying around just decades of toxic thoughts, decades of just negative beliefs, decades of, as I know you guys have it, I hear you guys say it because you guys tell me how much you guys don't like yourself, and it breaks me so much inside to see how little women value themselves, how little women value themselves. So what am I saying here? What's the message? Am I saying that you shouldn't focus on being healthy? Am I saying that love yourself as you are? Of course I'm saying love yourself as you are. You should always love yourself as you are in the skin you're in. But what you should do, as opposed to telling yourself, I'm only going to be happy when I look like this Instagram model, or there's nothing wrong with getting inspired, but focus on feeling the best you can possibly feel. Focus on feeling the best you can possibly feel. Focus on working with what you got. I guarantee you every single one of you watching this right now has an extremely unique, attractive feature about yourself, your body, your face, something that is unique to you. And start finding things you love about yourself now. Start finding things you love about yourself now, things that you love about yourself today. Does that make sense, guys? You don't have to wait until you magically are 100 pounds lighter and that you're just going to love yourself then. And I don't want people to have this destination complex. And the destination complex is, I am going to love my body once I'm a size 2. I'm going to love my body once I hit the mythical number on the scale that says I have permission to be happy. I am going to only feel happy once I slap on an F ton of makeup on my face and inject myself with this and that and do this, do that. Guys, trust me, like, when you guys see me on here, like, some days I got makeup on, some days I'm kind of just plain, and it's not that, I'm not trying to impress you guys with my looks. I could get the spray tans and do the injections and get this zapped off and get fillers here and do this and do that. I'm not here to have you guys compare yourselves to me. I show up as I am because I want you guys to just be like, all right, cool. Like, let's talk about stuff. I want to come across to you guys as relatable. And I find that so many influencers, unfortunately, although they want to influence, help to reiterate such an unsustainable standard that ends up making women really feel shittier about themselves at the end of the day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, but not sorry. It's just not practical for me to be in full hair and makeup every day. It's just not practical for me. Unless I had an entire glam squad and it was my full-time job to be this glamazon to sell you guys a bunch of shit that you don't need. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm talking to you guys about today what I'm talking to you guys about today is that, amen, I love it. You're not perfect. I love everything about me. I want you guys to find things that you love about yourself today. Find things that you can embrace, because the thing is, regardless of how much you weigh, regardless of how much body fat you have on your frame and your physique at this time, regardless of what all of that looks like, the mental experience with which you move through this journey of taking one step in front of the other, one step in front of the next, day after day, to get to a healthier place, can be a peaceful journey. It can be a journey full of love and motivation and kindness and peace. My wish for all of you, and I mean this sincerely, is that as you go about your journey to your best health, that you would do so with a sense of peace in your mind that surpasses all understanding. And I know some of you guys will get that, some of you may not. And if you don't get that, what I mean is, do you really want to wake up every single day talking about hating your thighs, hating your stomach, hating your stretch marks, hating this, hating this, hating this? No. Do you want to wake up in the morning and, be thankful for your significant other, be thankful for your puppies, being thankful for the fact that you have food in the fridge, be thankful for your voluptuous curves, be thankful for your healthy hair, be thankful for your smooth skin, be thankful for, yes, the peace that surpasses all understanding. That's my genuine wish for all of you, that you wouldn't live your life in torment, that you wouldn't live your life being tormented by this feeling of not being good enough. Because that feeling of not being good enough, it is a toxic mindset. And no matter how skinny you are, no matter how good looking you are, no matter how many likes you have on Instagram, no matter how many followers you have, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, no matter what car you drive, what purse you have, no matter all the physical things on the planet that you can have, you will still feel empty inside. You will still feel an emptiness in here. And that emptiness is I'm not going to go off on the deep end with like a whole like philosophical spiritual thing, but yes, we are wonderfully made. And we, again, like I said, my wish for all of you is that you would go about this journey peacefully, with a sphere of protection around your mind. I want all of you guys to have this sphere of protection around your mind that says, I am enough, I love myself, I am healthy, I feel good, and you do the best that you can every damn day. You take good care of yourself, and you make progress. That's the goal, guys. That's the goal. Because you gotta love the skin you're in. You gotta love what you've been dealt with. Because until you learn to fall in love with what's in the mirror, and to genuinely look at that person in the mirror and smile and say nice things to him or her, like, that's what this is about, you guys. Like, when was the last time you looked at yourself and you just genuinely smiled? Like, when was that? You know, it kills me to see so many of you. You just entered the vid. For everybody who is just entering the video, we're talking about body image issues, and my message today is, I would like you guys to please, for the love of God, stop carrying all of this mental baggage with you throughout your entire life that says, I am not good enough. I'm not good enough. Stop it. Because no matter how much you weigh, no matter how curvy you are, no matter how perfect you are, guys, like, you could instantly get surgery and physically change your body right now, but whatever pain and brokenness is inside that tells you you're not good enough is never going to go away until you learn to heal those parts of you that are broken, and you start that. And I think a lot of the reasons why we end up having poor health is because we don't know how to properly deal with the shit that's going on in our hearts. We don't know how to deal with it. And because we don't know how to deal with it, We are taking it out on poor eating. We are stressed. We are drinking. We just want to feel numb. We want to feel nothing. But guys, society is always going to have some kind of crazy standard, unfortunately, especially on women. And I feel like the better looking a woman is, they just like get this magical pass. And it's sad, but that's the reality. It's sad that that's the reality, that our society just rewards beauty. I think all of us females in here, and probably the men can attest to this too, can relate to being treated differently based off of how we look. Whether you are dolled up one day, whether you're feeling and looking like shit another day, like I think we can all, and we're all probably guilty of it. We have probably treated other people better or worse based off of their looks without even realizing it. As humans, like it's human nature to be attracted to beauty from the purpose of fertility, because certain things are intended to be signs of fertility. But who hasn't been treated differently based off of the way they look? It's sad, it's shallow, but because of those things, do not allow yourself to get to this point of desperation where you would be willing to do anything to look a certain way. And I see so many women who, it's almost like you can see like that desperation and sadness in their eyes, where like it doesn't matter how much surgery, it doesn't matter all of that kind of stuff, that like you can still see the sad, like you can see sadness in people's eyes. And especially for women, you guys, I encourage you guys to stop carrying around the baggage, stop carrying around the negative doubts. Go about your journey towards a better, towards improved health. Go about that journey with a a an